Hey everybody, just got done. I've been messing on Elie today in workshop, and I've also been thinking about which channel we were going, where we're not going, or whatever we're up to. I mean, no changing, but I'm going to start and do what I call Workshop Wednesday. So what's going off in workshop is going to be done on a Wednesday, a video, and gear basically catch up on what's happening, what's not happening, etc. Because everything's moving into a very interesting point now, right? Well, place, should I say, not a point, place. And it's heading that way, so it's getting really interesting. I mean, this week I've been on Anglia, I've also been on Victor, and I've been on this Elie, and everything's like progressing right. I mean, I'm doing a bit of painting for Elie over the weekend, because basically this paint job on this Elie, it's like I'm painting it inside out, but it probably don't make any sense to you, but it will see if you start watching these things I do on Wednesday. You'll understand where I'm going. Well, I'll show you in a minute what's going off, what's not going on. Same with Anglia. I mean, you saw a bit of a thing over there with like pitfall, chicken nap and stuff like that. So, but somebody also mentioned to me that they didn't understand what I'm referring to, so I can show you a few details on stuff like that when I'm doing these things. So anyhow, I'll get camera now off tripod and we'll have a run round. We'll look at this, look at that, look at paintwork, look at just generally things we've been on with, and see what you think. And if there's out you do want me to do, just give a shout in comments, you know that. So, and I'll see if I can fit it in, because I think it'd be a good idea to have a set day, like I said, Wednesday. If we call it Workshop Wednesday, it should be alright. But let's have a look round for you and let's see what's going on. I'll tell you what, I'll take you to a bit of paintwork first. I mean, this is inside at boot for Elie. Now, well, you can see it's been painted, it's dry like, it's painted. And I mean, I've got all sills masked off and inside at doors here, and then this top bulkhead's all that, and sewed out edge at wings. I mean, it's got this soft edge tape on. Now that's so I just get like a soft edge when I paint, but as I said to you earlier, I'm going to practically paint this car inside out. I mean, I've also inside bolt be done now. What it'll allow me to do this is, we're going off on a tangent as I always do. I mean, they're hinges, foot bonnet's painted, as you can see, on inside. Doors are painted on inside, and like I said, I'm painting it inside out, you know. So, but all this, when this red will be on tomorrow, on rest of it, and then it can go together on Friday. So then I'll be able to just put a foam down all my joints. This is, like I say, a soft foam. What this does, it allows, when you spray into that edge, it allows a right soft edge. Then you reverse it when paint's on and you come back up to it. So I'll have the door swung, so I'll be able to paint the car as one unit, and then it'll be easier, because red, I don't care what anybody says. Everybody says black's the bad colour to paint. Well, no, it isn't. Red's the colour to paint, the bad colour to paint. And I'll be honest with you, I want to just paint the car and paint it all together. I don't want any break-offs, anything. Job's right. But you'll see, like I've told you a couple of times now, it's like painting a car inside out. But it'll all make sense if you keep tuning in and keep watching. What do you say? Well, like bolts, obviously bonnet, doors, etc. You'll see it build up as well. I mean, we'll go on to Anglia now, because somebody did ask me about, they didn't really understand this bit with manifold. Now, there's my braking manifold, and you can see corrosion that must have already been there. So that would have been a problem, because obviously that will probably what we're passing. Now, show you roughly, the gasket goes on there, then there's a brake plate from there, another gasket, and then obviously your inlet manifold goes there with your carburetor on top. Now, I've resurfaced this one off, because I've told you I've had problems with carburetor Big Star, but I reckon we've got to the bottom of it now, and we also had problems with that fuel pump. But this, like, cup, obviously the heat of the manifold heats that up, and it'll probably transfer at fuel better. So, but this car had, like I said here, it had been a fire. You can see it's actually distorted the steel here, and I noticed all that inside. But that's just because somebody asked me, they didn't 100% understand. Well, these like doing these sort of videos on a Wednesday, I'll probably be able to sort some of this stuff out, you know. I mean, I'm obviously all inside of this is built up. I don't know if you've seen it before, but I'm just going over it a bit, and probably might be going over old ground, but I'm just letting you catch up, and we'll keep, well, it'll be good for you, because it'll be handy having stuff like this. I mean, let's show you inside, because obviously the floors are in now. So, floors apply. I've used 18 as opposed to ½ inch. Now, steel floors are in as well, even down to its standard caps. Now, I was short of some of these, and same with some of these screws here. I don't know how well you can see. I have to get a light. Let me get a light, and then, sure, I've got one kicking about. Here we are, look. Well, while I'm over here, I'll show you something else. These are some more nuts and bolts that I've had to acquire for it. And they've been in acid, and then they've been blued today, obviously lamp, heated up, dropped in oil for them old well, we'll probably do something on it. We probably will do something, show you how it's done. It's a pretty simple, straightforward task, but it puts like a bit of a protector on bolts and keeps things right. So, but here we are. I mean, all these have all been blued, all these bolts, so they're all original. Everything's as factory. There's a little plate to go on here, a few bits and pieces, but everything's moving in the right direction. Something else I'll show you on this, because here we have a cap here. Now that goes in under your floor, and you'll think, well, what's that all about? Some here, and we have one here. That's a tin one, and that's for your jack to go in. Now this is your jack. This is original jack. It's been refurbed. So obviously that goes in here, goes through this hole, hooks onto your chassis, like that, and then you wind it down with your wheel brace, and that elevates your car. So you can either do it there, because you've got a peg there. I don't know, well, you can see, but it goes in here. You just pull your mats back, slots in there, and jack your car up, and that's as simple as it is. So even with this car, everything's as factory, even down to being rebated. I mean, we want other side just same. So that's just a quick look round what's been going off here. Plus, obviously, I mentioned other day regarding manifold. So that's that. We'll do that. So, and then if we head over to Victor, I've rebuilt a master cylinder. It was for the clutch. And then I've put a new old stock brake master cylinder on, obviously new pipes. I mean, it's had all new pipes throughout. I'm still waiting on somebody to making me some springs for one at front tubs. This side it is actually. And then we've got new balls for headlamps. We've got some new lamps for it, all stuff like that. And I've got to repair these, but everything's heading in the right direction. Let me get my lamp again. Sorry to be walking up and down, but I've only just got done, to be honest, and I just thought I'll get you this video out, and then it'll be a good idea to do it Wednesday. I mean, I've put a bit more light on so you can see. This is a new old stock. That's been fully rebuilt, that one. So everything should be good. I mean, we get a battery in it. Radiator's off because it's had head gasket done. I've done head gasket. And plus all this will be cleaned up in here. I mean, it's not going to be concourse up, but it's just totally original. And that's how our car we're going to go anyway. So that's how it is. So, but the radiator does actually, in fact, I'll show you. It's actually got an issue with its core. So I'm going up to Neil's on Friday, who does all my radiators, and we've got a leak here on the core. Now, I think Neil will probably take the core off and resolder it all, because the core's good, it's an excellent rad, so it doesn't need a core, and then repair that. But it's things like that. You would have thought it was this hose, but it isn't. It's been dripping underneath, so that'll be resolved. But while I'm up at Neil's Friday, I'm dropping that off first thing Friday morning. I'll do a review of this place, because you'll appreciate that. You know, some of you will like it. And then going back to Victor here, I've also, I mean, you've probably all seen all this in before where I've been in plating up and all that. But I've also changed the dip switch, because the dip switch was absolute, well, it was solid. It completely had it. I mean, it took forever to get off, so we've done that. And obviously, new clevis pins in, pedals, stuff like that. So everything's sweet. Well, everything's heading in the right direction. I'm waiting on some carpets, waiting on some springs, but it's not really that far off. It wants a bit of a polish off. I've got to polish these edges, put vent back in with a new seal round, but if we're doing these reviews on a Wednesday for you, what's going off in workshop, you'll be seeing all that. So that's where we are. I mean, I'll go through some at tackling workshop. I mean, basically there we've got a planishing hammer. No doubt some of you'll want to see that. We've got a press. Now, if you look at this press, it were actually from Rolls-Royce. I don't know how well you can see that. You know, it's... So, I mean, just get a quick look. Let's find a bit of tin, a bit of old tin. I'll stick that in. There you go. 90 degrees. Just show you, obviously a little guillotine. Bead roller, we can do some bits on that. Obviously a pillar drill here. Planisher here. English wheel. Getting ready for a bit of WD, getting a bit of surface on it. Obviously you've seen Big Zordy, which will be on shortly. Be about a bit of welding, so that'll probably work out for your Wednesdays as well. And then over here, I've got a box folder, pan box folder, so you'll probably see that in action with various stuff. Well, it is what I'm going to do. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So, but as I say, I've been mainly on this car today, sorting these bits out, which you'll see. Bit of spot priming round here, bit of seams here. I mean, if you look at like these, get this soft edge I've mentioned before. And all this stuff will probably try and unstick it Senate morning, but just before you paint, you put it on because you want it off once you've got colour on. Bit of seam sealing and a bit of spot priming. So that's basically what's going off and what has been going off. There's been quite a bit gone off this week, to be honest. So give a like if you like my video. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see stuff and keep up to date with me on a Wednesday. And pass a comment. What you're bothered about, what you think, this, you know, you want to know about, or you don't want to know. I mean, I know in here, I know it looks carnage, and it probably looks carnage everywhere to you, but this is how I work, and this is how I build them, and this is how I do it. Obviously, you've seen blasting before, big blasting cabinet, small, one with glass in, and then that's a degreaser there, which that's an heated degreaser, actually wants some gloves on it. So, take care, everybody. That's enough of me going on. And I'll catch you next Wednesday if you're going to tune in for workshop. Plus, obviously, there'll be some other stuff coming out. Catch you later. Bye for now.